guys, these are the ingredients to make tamales de raja. We're gonna start off with some Mexican crumbled cheese. We have some corn flour, Maseca is the brand. And we have some sliced onions. We have some diced tomatoes and jalapenos. And lastly, we have some corn husk. We have added canola oil to the saucepan, and now we're adding onions. We're going to add the tomatoes. And lastly, we're going to add the jalapenos. We're going to continue with adding some salt. And you can add as much as you want, add it to taste, however you like that. And we're going to cover it with the lid and let it steam. Put it on medium heat and it will be cooking for about 30 minutes until the tomatoes and the jalapenos and onions have softened. Occasionally stir the jalapenos, tomatoes, and onions, making sure that they are evenly cooked. We're going to make the dough for the tamales, so we're going to start off with adding some water. When you are mixing it, make sure that you don't leave any dry flour. You include all of it in and it's all sauteed. We're going to continue making the masa for the tamales by adding about 2 tablespoons of salt. We're going to continue with adding some canola oil, and we're going to add about this amount. Now we're going to knead the maseca. Make sure that it doesn't stick to your fingers, like so. Meanwhile, the tomatoes, jalapenos, and onions should be ready. This took about 30 minutes to cook, and it's this consistency. Now we're going to rinse the corn husk under warm water to soften it. Now let's assemble the tamal by grabbing a corn husk and all the prepared ingredients. Start with extending the corn husk and evenly spread some maseca dough in the center. We are going to add slices of queso fresco in the middle and top it off with the tomatoes, onions, and jalapenos that we cooked earlier. Finally, we will wrap the corn husk and set it aside. Depending on the size of your steamer, you are going to fill it up about 1/4 of the way with water. Now we are going to add the rest of the tamales in the steamer. After about 30 minutes, the tamales have cooked. You can test it by touching it and making sure that the dough doesn't stick to your fingers. Now grab a fork and take a bite. Enjoy!